Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Everything is Bad New Fangled Motion Picture Show.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It is once again time for another episode of the Everything is Bad New Fangled Motion Picture Show. I'm your host, Niall.
And I'm Nolan.
And today we're going to be reviewing the latest and greatest of family films. Was it Fast X? Fast 10?
I mean, technically Fast 10, but I don't know what their intent for it is. Could be Fast X.
It's the 10th Fast and Furious movie. And so we're going to be doing our normal thing where we do a spoiler-free review and then give you a spoiler warning and go more in depth into it after that. Nolan apparently did not silence his phone.
There we go.
But yeah, so this movie is real dumb.
Now, you might be saying, I mean, guys, it's a Fast and Furious movie.
But this is like some next level stuff.
It is kind of self-aware about it. Someone makes a comment about, like, all of Dom's family and crew, like, defying the laws of physics and stuff like that. Someone makes comments about that. So, like, they're self-aware, but
it's just getting...
It was kind of hard to follow.
Yeah, okay, so...
And it's just...
To be fair...
Insanity.
To be fair, neither of us have seen, like, 4 through 6 or 7.
Yeah.
So, like, but, yeah, there's just, like, the thing with the series...
And I don't remember the previous few that well either.
Yeah.
On top of that.
So, like, there's always, like, people coming back from their past, and you're like, oh, is this someone from their past? Oh, no, it's not someone from their past. It's an unknown sibling of someone from their past. Or whatever. You know?
It's a very small world they live in.
Yeah, this super spy world.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just so, and like some of the dialogue is so over the top cheesy and campy. Some things just like make absolutely no sense. There's all kinds of Deus Ex Machina throughout the movie.
Yeah, everything is Deus Ex Machina in this movie, it feels like.
Yeah, none of the like, oh, how are they gonna get out of this situation? None of it feels earned.
Yeah,
because like there's no setup for like, oh, why is this the thing? There is one that was like particularly egregious in there that I was like, what? Come on.
Because look at that in the spoiler section.
Yeah.
I will say
it's one that involves Charlize Theron.
Okay.
I think so. Let you know the one. I think.
Yeah.
I think it should be enough of a clue for you.
I will say Jason Momoa.
He looked like he was having fun.
Is a highlight.
He's a treat in this movie.
He is. He is just fun to watch.
He just seemed like he was having fun.
Yep, just chewing the scenery, but in like the best way. Yeah, he gave a very entertaining performance. And then John Cena was fun too.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I mean just all around this movie's like, the thing is like, and none of the acting is particularly good. Like, Vin Diesel, to me, felt kind of like he was phoning it in. He didn't actually have that much dialogue, it felt like. Just a lot of people being like, haha, I got you, Dom Toretto. And he's just like, says like some quip. You know, like there's like several instances where someone's like monologuing at him and he has like a couple of lines back at him and then action sequence. You know, like,
yeah,
it doesn't feel like he actually has a whole lot of dialogue in this. So, and it didn't feel like it was Vin Diesel's, like he was really putting forth his effort.
Yeah, and
Michelle Rodriguez is a bad actress. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I've always maintained that Vin Diesel is better than people realize. Not like he's a great actor or anything, but every once in a while, he'll give a performance in a movie, and you go, he was actually pretty good.
Like in The Iron Giant.
Well, yeah, that was very minimalist. And maybe that's what he needs, is minimalist sort of roles.
Yeah, because he's good as Groot as well. Although I got to say the B crew with Tyrese and Ludacris and like that group,
Yeah.
That was actually like I was way more interested in what they were doing throughout the movie.
Yeah, because
than
they were
what
all
important. Like
they were
quote-unquote
all
important
more
people.
entertaining people than Vin Diesel and Michelle Rodriguez. You know,
Yeah.
they're the more entertaining group to follow.
But yeah, I don't know, man. This
Yeah,
movie's just a mess.
I think people they know that Fast and Furious movies are just crazy, over the top, like ridiculous set pieces that could never happen, and we know they could never happen.
Sure, but they normally in the past they've done a better job at like connecting set piece to set piece.
yeah,
I get it that's how these movies have traditionally been written, where they come up with like whatever crazy set pieces they want and like write a story to weave them together.
yeah.
But there's just so much like there's so many instances where it's like, oh, the enemy has like this resource or this thing. Good thing I just happen to have like a hidden like hideaway in that country. Or
I mean, these people individually each have more resources than most nations.
yeah,
It's kind of crazy, and also I don't really know, but it feels like this one's separated into separate groups and different threads more than other movies do. So
yeah.
you're seeing a lot of individual stuff that things don't get tied together.
But
And it also feels like we're finding excuses to bring in every single character that's ever been.
well, yeah. So the final 3 movies of this were a trilogy, right? So there's 2 more.
Yeah, I think that's the plan.
So
They're gonna finish on the 12th movie.
yeah, they got to bring everyone in.
And well, I mean, there's definitely like one more.
Yeah.
This movie does end on a cliffhanger. I'll tell you that.
I leaned over as a joke. I was like, dude, the balls on these guys if they roll credits here.
And then they did.
And I was like,
Well, they did like one minor scene, and then they rolled credits.
oh yeah. I was like, I'll give them that. That's that brave of them to do that, to not have
Yeah,
a Fast
because
and
I
Furious
was
movie be
I was
its
sitting there at the
self-contained
end like,
story.
this movie is feeling really long, and they've got a lot of stuff to wrap up, and then they rolled credits. I'm like, oh, well, all right.
Yep. So I don't know, and I'm curious. I'd be curious to see how well this did opening weekend, because while we saw a matinee on a Sunday, the last movie we saw as a matinee on a Sunday was packed. That was Guardians, right?
Yes,
And that movie was packed.
this movie had hardly anyone
Yeah,
in
there was
it.
hardly anyone in there.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the types of people that want to go see this, though, or seeing evening movies, or I don't know. Maybe people just kind of burned out on Fast and Furious movies too.
Yeah.
So so if you're a fan, you'll enjoy it. It's not like I might say it's like a bad movie. It was at least entertaining.
It's not a bad movie because it's a Fast and Furious movie.
Right. If
this came out in a vacuum, it would be terrible.
Yeah. You expect this sort of movie out of Fast and Furious now, so it just fits. It's more of the same. But yeah, if it were some standalone movie, this would be like one of the worst movies.
Yeah.
So make of that what you will. Anything else? We move on.
That's not a spoiler?
Yeah.
No.
So spoiler warning right here.
Yeah. So when Shirley's there and is tied to that bed, right, next to Michelle Rodriguez, she reaches down
God.
and there's like a control on the side of the bed, and she blindly, because she can't see it, like presses buttons and gasses the control room.
It's like I redirected. Like, how is there controls on this torture bed that at all tie into the ventilation system on the control room overlooking the torture chamber?
And like, why is there even the capability of gassing the control room?
Right, that too.
Would gas it separate from the torture chamber?
Yeah, that as well.
That
And then the
neutron
bomb that barely did anything.
Well, because they were like, oh, we'll reduce it by 10 times in the water. I'm like, no, you won't. That doesn't work that way.
Has anyone seen the Bikini Atoll footage.
Now, okay, granted, an atomic warhead, height does matter for destructive yield, but they're literally in the river adjacent to Vatican City. I'm not familiar enough with the layout of Rome to know what river that is offhand.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
I'm sure they say it in the movie.
Yeah. Oh god, dude, when Dom jumped the car into the crane to whack that bomb into the water though, I was just like, no.
Yeah, that was really bad. And so this bomb is this sphere that's 15 feet across, something like that.
Yeah, well, maybe 10 or 12.
10 or 12 feet across. Anyway, it's rolling down this hill and it has such momentum, it cannot be stopped. It destroys at least 100 cars.
Just rolling over them.
Just rolling over them. But then when it hits Dom's car, it bounces off. What is Dom's car made out of? Familium.
Familium.
It's made out of familium. It's indestructible. Yeah, that was that whole sequence was I mean, come on, guys. What? There was something else I wanted. Oh, so this Ames guy that takes over the agency and is just out to get Dom. And then when
Alan Richardson.
Yeah.
Glad to see Alan Richardson and both of his arms are getting lots of work though.
Yeah.
They'll get cast separately. Because
he's this contract for each arm. Yo, he's huge.
The first thing I remember seeing him in ever was Laser Team, and he was not that big.
Yeah, I know. Right now, people might know him for Reacher.
Yeah.
He plays Jack Reacher in the series. Anyway, so Dom and the family get framed for this attack in Rome. That was Jason Momoa doing it. And then so the agency is now after them, and this Ames guy has a particular vendetta against Dom or whatever. But then when Jason...
They're rogue actors.
Yeah, but then when Jason Momoa shows up to try to not kill Dom, but kill someone close to Dom, and Ames sees, he's like, oh, wait, you were right the whole time. And I'm like, ah. And then at the end, you're like, nope, sorry, it was a double cross. He was working with Jason Momoa. I was not surprised in the slightest.
No.
Because that switch was way too easy.
I mean, but the thing is, though, you could have believed it in this movie.
You could have, but I was I'm sitting the whole time I'm not sure about this guy. He switched way too easy. And then, yeah, he turns out to be working with Jason Momoa the whole time. Yeah, that was not a surprise.
Yeah. But, yeah, dude, the balls of that ending, it ends with killing off John Cena, Jacob, is his name, with a K?
Yeah, well, we think.
I mean,
he's in a huge explosion, but you don't see a body.
Granted, with the Fast and Furious movies, if you don't see a corpse, it's not guaranteed they're dead. But
and then also teasing us they might have killed off the rest of the guy, Roman and
Han and
Tej
and Ramsey. I'm not that familiar with all the character names.
Yeah,
there's so many.
And then, oh no, do Dom and his son get out of this alive?
Yes.
Because but they do show them that, don't they? But they show them in the water.
Yeah.
They blow up a dam to try to kill them.
Yeah, and we don't. But we don't know what happened with Jason Statham. He drives off partway through. I kept expecting him to show back up and do something.
Well, he's off to save Helen Mirren.
Yeah. They have The Rock show up, and it's a mid-credits role. And he's also, since he's the one who actually murdered Jason Momoa's father, he's the one who Dom's the one who did the operation that his father died as a result of. The Rock is the one who actually pulled the trigger. So now Jason Momoa is coming after him, and that's where it ends. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of these remaining movies is a Hobbs and Shaw specific movie.
Yeah. I would be. I think what my guess is what they'll do is the next movie is going to be from Dwayne Johnson as the hero, and then like the rest of these characters, they're not even going to be in it, except for maybe like a end scene or a post credit scene or mid credit scene or something. But it's going to be all Dwayne Johnson and Jason Momoa and whatever other character, Helen Mirren,
Jason Statham.
Yeah, Jason Statham. And then where that's going to end is either everyone coming together, or they'll leave it that, and then the beginning of the third movie is everyone coming together or something for the big job to finally take out Jason Momoa.
Yeah. But boy howdy, there was just a lot of issues with this movie.
I mean, if you can turn your brain off.
I mean, there's turning your brain off for a movie, and then there's this.
Right. And someone like Niall can't fully turn his brain off for some of that stuff.
I have a limit.
Yeah.
Like, I can sit, one thing I always, as an example I always point to is, like, Fury Road had just enough of that. Where it was, like...
But it didn't have any, like, jump the car off a ramp, fly through the air, like, do this, like, flat spin, and then, like, the tail of the car, like, hits a crane, which then moves in just the right position to knock something else over, and it's, like, this big, like...
I mean, that's true, but, like...
And it's, like, this...
I don't know, there's...
Rube Goldberg machine, all with, like, cars.
There's tasteful, ridiculous action, and then there's Fast and Furious.
Yeah. But, like, yeah, I'm just saying, like, because Fury Road didn't have that. Fast and Furious has stuff like that.
Yeah. So, I don't know. Yeah.
So, yeah. I don't know. That's about it, right?
Yeah. What's our next movie? Isn't The Machine's coming up, right? Like, next weekend?
What?
The Machine?
The Machine? Oh, yeah, The Machine. Forgot about that movie. Yeah, The Machine. And Kandahar.
Kandahar.
I saw one trailer for that. I'm not sure. I don't even really remember that much.
I mean, I like Gerard Butler. And then there's something the weekend after that. In June.
Across the Spider-Verse.
Yeah, that's what it was. Obviously, we're seeing that.
Obviously. Transformers.
Dude, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
I feel like that last one was so bad, and it was so long.
Let's see if there's anything about... Where'd it go? What kind of length are we looking at in this one? 1 hour and 57 minutes.
I mean, that's not bad, but
yeah.
that last
See, I was
one
hoping that they would, like, start... With Bumblebee, they would just sort of, like, kind of soft reboot everything and move from there, and I don't think they did.
Yeah, so, like, the Knights of the Round Table and the Arthurian Legend one...
Yeah, that was...
that one was like
bad.
almost 3 hours, right? Or
yeah, or it felt that long anyway. What else we got? The Flash. Maybe we're talking about just streaming that or something.
Yeah, because I don't want to give money to... I don't want Ezra Miller to make money off of me watching that movie.
I don't want Warner Brothers to make money off of Ezra Miller. Elemental, just not interested. I usually like, I'm like, oh, Pixar movie. Nah,
Transformers: The Last Night was 2.5 hours long, by the way. It felt like 5.
So, but Asteroid City.
Asteroid City looks great.
I'm all for that. Wes Anderson.
Indiana Jones, I am worried about because they premiered it at Cannes.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not well received.
Really? I saw something about Harrison Ford getting an ovation or something, though.
I mean,
maybe Harrison Ford does, but the movie itself...
Yeah, Harrison Ford might have done well, but I don't know. I've just seen people, like... The only good reviews I've seen have been people saying, like, it's decent, like, it's pretty good, it's fun, it's campy, Indiana Jones movie. I haven't seen anyone saying it's a great movie.
I've seen people saying Phoebe Waller-Bridge is her character's pretty insufferable. Seen that. Mission Impossible: Dead Reckoning Part 1, mid-July. That looks like it might be pretty good.
But more importantly, Oppenheimer.
Towards
the end of July.
And Barbie.
Oppenheimer and Dune 2 are the only movies that I'm like really excited about in the rest of the year.
Haunted Mansion actually looks pretty decent.
Still haven't seen a trailer.
I saw a trailer for it. It looks pretty decent. Couldn't really do worse than that one with Eddie Murphy.
I mean, yeah.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem.
I don't know.
It's got John Cena in it, though.
So my thing is like...
The animation looks cool.
I never really gave a shit about Mutant
Well, it's
Mutant
before
Ninja
your
Turtles
time.
myself, yeah. Well, even all the reboots, like they did that reboot in the 2000s on the show, and I still didn't care. Like, they did that reboot when I was the target audience, and I was like, this is stupid.
Gran Turismo. What do you think about that?
Ugh. I don't understand how we got a Gran Turismo movie before we got a God of War movie. Like, what is PlayStation Studios thinking?
Probably Gran Turismo is a lot less expensive to make than a God of War.
Well, sure, but everyone would go see a God of War movie.
Last Voyage of the Demeter. Kind of interested in that. More interested in the concept than anything. I like the idea behind what it is. I haven't seen anything for Blue Beetle, but other than a poster. But I'm not like a fan of Blue Beetle, so don't know.
Yeah.
Equalizer 3.
Yeah, we'll go see that. Go see Denzel beat the crap out of some people.
Dad'll want to see it.
Yep. You watched the show, right?
The original show?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think he liked the remake show. And he's like the other Equalizer movies, so. The Outlaw Johnny Black. Action comedy starring Michael Jai White. Is this going to be like spiritual success of Black Dynamite?
I hope so.
Hellbent on avenging the death of his father, Johnny Black vows to gun down Brett Clayton and become a wanted man in the process while posing as a preacher in a small mining town that's been taken over by a notorious land baron. I had to go and watch that trailer when it's doing this. So far, just the visuals on the trailer look pretty funny.
Yeah.
Anyway. Expendables 4. Probably see that, right?
Yeah. I hope it's better than that last one.
Yeah.
Whoever decided to let Ronda Rousey be an actress should, be fired.
Kraven the Hunter. What do you think about that?
I mean, we're going to see it, but...
I think properly done, Kraven the Hunter can be pretty awesome. I'm just concerned about, Sony keeps making all these movies with Spider-Man villains, but they don't put Spider-Man in them.
Are they remaking The Exorcist?
Apparently so.
Huh.
Or it's a sequel. It says here.
All right, can we stop it with this, naming a sequel,
the same as the original?
Same, yeah.
It's really tiring. It makes searching for things hard. So we got Five Nights at Freddy's and Saw 10 on the same weekend.
Seeing neither of them.
I feel like there's some crossover there, though.
The only Saw movie I ever saw in theater was Jigsaw, or Spiral.
Spiral,
yeah, that's what it was called.
I didn't really like that movie that much.
But we were just desperate to see something in theater because that was coming off of the pandemic close downs.
Yeah.
Anyway, and then Dune in November?
Yep.
The last important movie this year.
This Hunger Games prequel has a long title.
Yeah, but it looks like a better movie than all the Hunger Games movies.
Yeah, The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes.
I don't know if it's just because of the personal charisma of Peter Dinklage.
That Napoleon movie with Joaquin Phoenix comes out in November.
Oh, finally. Okay, so I am looking forward to that movie as well.
Ridley Scott. Is he like done making Alien movies? Can he just like relinquish that over to people who want to do something good with the Alien franchise?
Remember when we were supposed to get a Neil Blomkamp Alien movie?
Yeah, I think that's kind of past. I don't know that.
What did we see recently that Neil Blomkamp is doing?
Oh, we did see something like that, huh?
I don't
We're
know
like,
it
what?
was.
Really? Neil Blomkamp? How does he spell it?
Yeah, not that way apparently.
Yeah, there's too many ways to spell. That's a 4, not an A. Neil.
Isn't it Niel?
Here, we'll do the roundabout. We'll do a roundabout. We'll search for a movie I know he directed. Oh, there's 2 L's. That's weird. Those South Africans don't know how to
Yeah.
spell things.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway. Oh, Gran Turismo.
Oh.
That's what he.
Okay. I wonder if like he's doing that to be allowed to do some other project or something.
Maybe.
But yeah, so that's all what we got coming up for the rest of the year. So, if any of that sounds of interest to you, come back and check that out. Also, go check out our other reviews. Most recently, we did.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
I'm gonna assume that's right.
It is.
Um,
If it's not, it is.
So then, yeah, go check out that review at any rate. And, yeah, come back and check out our next review probably for The Machine.
Welcome to
And
the machine.
not that machine. And, yeah, so, you got anything else?
No.
All right, cool. Until next time, thanks for listening.
Bye.
Toodles.